I'm Boom,
I'm Charles.
and this is Fab to Flab?
Episode 2.
Flab to Fab? Something.
You said that backwards?
I did say it backwards, Fab to Flab. We're going to show you how to gain weight quickly. Just hang out with us for a weekend.
We are experts at that.
So there were some concerns. Some people didn't like the name. If you have an idea for the show, as far as the title goes, we're all ears. Give us something and we may use it. So, last 2 weeks, how did you do?
I haven't done as well as I should be. I've had a lot of stuff going on, very limited time. Not good excuses, but did wind up having to get a lot of just quick and not good for you meals. But speaking of the last 2 weeks, full disclosure, we are actually filming this a day early. We're not doing the full 14 days. I have a lot of stuff I have to do on the day we normally film. It should be close enough. It's only a 1 day difference. On the plus side, we will have 15 days for the next time. The video will still be posted on its normal Wednesday, though. How did you do for the last 13 days?
I did well. I stuck for the most part to what I wanted to do, but then I had a really terrible day at work and a terrible time with school, and I was so overwhelmed with stress, and I turned right to my drug of choice, food. So I just told myself, at least for today, I want to feel as comfortable as possible. I can't take any more stress right now. So I ended up ordering, what did I do? I ate some chips, a whole bag of chips, and then I had like the fattiest Pizza Hut pizza ever. It was cheese. It was the stuffed crust pizza with garlic, Parmesan, Alfredo sauce with like every meat possible, like all the sausage and stuff like that. And then I had 4 sodas with it and boneless wings. It was a crazy amount of food. I've been using my calorie counter, and every day I've stuck in between 1,000 and about 1,600. Sometimes I go 100 over where I want. And that day it calculated to like 5,500 calories. And that was one meal. I mean, I could have kept going. On a normal day, I would have probably eaten more than that. And it's amazing how many calories I can put in. Other than that day, and then the next day after that, which was me trying to ease back into it, and I ended up cooking pasta, and pasta's horrible for you, I found out. Once I started adding in the numbers while I was eating, I was like, oh my God, there's like 2,400 calories in just the pasta alone. So, but other than that, I did pretty well. And I've been weighing myself occasionally, especially after that falling off the wagon. And I'm still holding to my word. I think I can hit 320 before episode 3. And yeah. It's going pretty well. Like I said, other than that one day. When you were saying that you had a couple of times where you went off, was that like a whole day, or was that just one moment?
It's just the meals here and there. I've tried to compensate by, it did encourage me to start doing some working out, do some walking and stuff, some cardio. But we'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm just praying that I've maintained and not gained. I hope to lose, but we'll find out.
The main topic for today is going to be the history of our obesity. How long have we been obese? Were you ever skinny? Were you just born this way and you're always big? Or what's your story with it?
I was skinny when I was a kid. The first time I think I noticed I was starting to get fat was I was in the 4th grade. So what was that, like 10 or 11 or something?
I think so. It's 6 plus 4th grade, yeah.
And something like that. That's when I noticed I started to get big, but I never really worried about it. I just kept eating. When I was younger, I didn't really understand though. I would just keep stuffing my face until my stomach would physically hurt. I'd be in pain, and I'd complain to my parents about it. And they would just say, well, you're just getting bigger. I'm like, well, hey, what's every little kid want to do? Get bigger. I didn't realize it meant get bigger. So that didn't help. I think the other reason I ate a lot is, being a little kid, you're just dumb as a little kid. I'd eat my first plate, and then I'd go back for my second plate, and I really wouldn't need to finish it. But I always felt compelled to. I was one of those kids that always got their starving kids in Japan line. So I was always very guilted into finishing my plate no matter what. I don't know. It's actually something I still have not been able to stop myself from doing. If I'm not just making myself constantly consciously aware of what I'm doing when I eat. If it's too much for me, I finish the plate, whether I'm full or not.
That's interesting. I think that's going to tie into another episode later when we talk about the psychology of what we're doing when we're eating and stuff. I think we're going to tie back into that one.
It might.
Were you ever skinny after you started getting fat in 4th grade?
No, it was just a slow progression.
Okay.
Then after, right towards the end of high school and right after, I almost just like doubled in size, and that's just been about where I've been ever since. I've lost a little, gained it back here and there, but
pretty much the same time frame for me. I was a skinny kid up until probably 2nd grade, and then I had just the tiniest bit of like a baby fat belly. But I wasn't fat anywhere else, my arms, my neck, anything like that. It was just a little bulge there. And then right about, I think it was 3rd grade and 4th grade, I started putting on weight, and it got harder to buy clothes for me. I remember hating going shopping. And then I joined soccer, AYSO. And there for a while, my mom was my coach. And instead of giving me spankings for doing stuff wrong, my punishment was to run laps. And that made me cancer patient skinny. There's a nude photo of me somewhere out there where I was in my underwear, and they were damaged underwear. And as I was walking to my room with some food, she reached over and ripped the rest of the underwear off and took a picture real quick. And as I was like darting to my room, I looked like a skeleton. Like I had giant calves like as big as my head, and then the rest of my body was like super thin. And that was from me getting into trouble all the time and having to run laps constantly. Once I dropped out of soccer, I blew up like huge. Belly, everything just got big real quick, and it stayed like that pretty much forever. I'm like, since then I've always kind of had a big body. By the time I was in 7th grade, I stopped growing. I was already 6'3", and then I capped out at, I think 310, 320 pounds, something like that. And that was the highest that I went. Now, between high school and college, over one semester of playing an online game, RuneScape, I just didn't eat and played that all the time. I lost 50 pounds, but no one could tell that I lost the weight. So I don't know what that was about. And then since then, I've always been between 270 was when I lost that 50 pounds. I slowly went away from that, and I haven't been under 290 since 2004, 2005. So yeah, 4th grade, a little bit of a belly, then went super skinny, and then just skyrocketed to obesity. And yeah, I've been big for a long time. The days the times that you kind of fell off the wagon, was there a reason behind it?
It was mostly just being busy, going from work to school, or having to go take care of something else. A lot of times we just wind up going and getting food from a restaurant or having something delivered. Of course, I still had my tuna lunches, but this was not a great 2 weeks for me.
I've turned towards tuna as well. I like the little packages of it.
Yeah, the pouches. Yeah, a lot better than the can.
I noticed my protein intake is less than half of what it's recommended for me. And my band leader, he's into this big protein thing. He hasn't said what about the protein is a big deal. He just read some new book on protein intake and how important it is. So I've been trying to up my protein intake without shooting up my calorie intake. And
what's the calorie of eggs?
I don't know. I would guess 50 to 100.
You might want to compare that to something like egg beaters. Just eating the egg whites might be a little healthier. I really don't know the difference. I guess I should look into that too. But eggs would be a great source of protein. Well, being kind of healthy for you. You can get that in the morning for your breakfast.
I've been, I don't know, the tuna. And I've been eating a lot of chicken. That's it.
Yeah, I do a lot of chicken. A lot of turkey. Turkey's really replaced my beef in most respects. Hamburgers are always ground turkey, that kind of thing.
I've been eating just fried chicken breasts. They're only like $2 a piece. And I've been trying different places. I've been looking up the calories. Chicken Express has lower calories than the KFC original recipe chicken by like a lot. And Extra Crispy actually has more calories than the original recipe. So I guess it's more batter or something on there.
I prefer Raising Cane's. If you really like chicken strips, though, there's also Slim Chickens. They do have grilled versions of their chicken strips, and they're not bad. We're not sponsored, by the way.
I did have something the first week, like a couple of days after this. I went to Slim Chickens and got their wrap, and it was fried chicken strips in there, but it was still, according to their nutritional facts, it was like 400 calories, something like that, which I was fine with.
I've never tried anything there other than the chicken strips. So.
Yeah, I was digging it. I've just been going with fried whole chicken. Chicken Express, I've been getting a lot of. And when I go there, that's all I get. One chicken breast, I eat that, and like 6 hours later, I have another meal.
Yeah, Chicken Express does have different kinds of chicken, whereas Raising Cane's is just the strips.
Yeah, I'm not a strips guy.
Really?
I like actual, like, whole muscle tissue.
Have you ever thought about just getting your own chicken and pan frying your own?
That is more work, and I'm not into that right now. I've got a lot on my plate as far as scheduling goes. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I definitely understand that. You know, my last couple weeks have been an example.
We weigh ourselves here in a second. If it's a good way for you, are you going to praise yourself or celebrate in some way? If it's a bad way, are you going to punish yourself in some way? What's
That's a very interesting way to phrase it. I'm either going to be happy or disappointed. If I maintained or gained, I'll either be disappointed or super disappointed. If I've lost, then I'll be happy. So, but that's really all there is to it.
But no ritual to like help reinforce it. No, if you did well, you're gonna allow yourself to do this or.
No, if I did well, then I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing that's better. Not most of the stuff I was doing the last couple of weeks. But if I've gained, it's time to reevaluate, and that may come down to if something's important, you make the time. I know that because of the last couple of weeks, we've already taken steps. Both the wife and I, we decided to order some bento boxes.
What's a bento box?
Basically, it's just like a Japanese lunchbox. And you can either get a single layer, or they come in a stack, and it's got all these small compartments for different kinds of foods. And we ordered that along with some recipe books. So we're hoping that with that, we'll be able to have very healthy, well-portioned lunches, at least while we're out at work. That may also help, like in the last couple of weeks where we just don't have time. We have that thing packed up. We're just ready to go, and we can still eat healthier than having to go to a restaurant or something like that. If you don't have to get the bento box, we just thought they were neat and everything, and it was just very useful with the portion parts. You could really do anything with a bag lunch. Do the same thing. You do have to put in that extra time to make the food.
Well, if I do poorly, if I have a weigh-in that I'm not satisfied with, I'm gonna say that as like a punishment, I'm probably gonna make myself do something exercise-wise because I hate exercising, absolutely. So at least that would be, I don't know if that'd be necessarily positive or negative. If I'm using it as a punishment, I would learn to hate it even more.
Yes, you would.
So I wouldn't be reinforcing good behavior necessarily.
Unless you look at it as less of a punishment and you look at it as, well, I need to improve.
If I have a good way in, I'm going to just keep on trucking on. And I'm fixing to start work again, so while I'm at work, it's no problem. When I'm off work, that's when I'm really fighting. I've actually got pickles. I'm not a huge fan of dill pickles, but they're only 5 calories per pickle.
I cannot stand the taste of pickles.
I think that kind of helps me. The fact that I don't like those dill pickles, it's helping me. I'm hungry. I want to eat something right now, be it boredom or whatever. I eat something I don't even like. I'm not gonna feel hungry anymore.
Get some celery and some carrot sticks.
That's way worse for me. I cannot stand raw celery or carrots. Even
Yeah, I don't mind those things. Maybe if you get to, look and get some like low calorie like ranch sauce or something, you can dip them in.
I don't know. I've been looking hard for 0 calorie anything out there.
Well, you're not gonna find that as far as like dipping sauces. You can always do salsa.
Yeah, I don't know. Pickles is my go-to right now. But
Whatever works for you.
let's get on with the weigh-in, and we'll put that at the end again. We'll see what it is, and we'll see you guys in another 2 weeks.
See you then. Don't forget some title suggestions.
I thought you said something about sinuses. It's like, sinuses. Don't forget your sinuses. What's going on? Bad
All
hearing.
right, well, let me do that one more time because I do sometimes have a tendency to speak quickly and slur. So,
I was fine with that.
all right. Don't forget your title suggestions.
Okay,
Just
let's.
slow it down a little.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you want to redo the whole ending? But never mind. All right, let's get this way. Alrighty, you ready?
All right, let's do this.
Hold on, it says low. Oh, step off. And
Did
tap
that
it
last
again?
time too.
If it says low, don't. Okay, now get on. $367 and 0.3.
That means I've gained even more.
Isn't that the same weight that you weighed last time, minus an ounce or so?
I don't remember. I thought it was 365 last time.
I could have swore it was in the 7s.
It may be. I don't know. Either way, very disappointed. So I need to do more work.
Okay.
Get better.
There we go.
No, now the light's shining on the display. I can't barely read it. It said low again.
$334.7.
So I think you've actually managed to lose a little bit.
Yeah, that's 13 pounds according to that. I weighed myself before lunch, and I was a little lower. So I was actually thinking that was going to show 330, which would put me in... I'd only have to lose 2 more pounds before 2 weeks. 10 more pounds in 2 weeks, and then I'd hit my first goal. I was going to be excited about that, but... I had to go for 2 chicken breasts for lunch today.
You had to.
Had to. So, that and, yeah. That's why. So I think I'm a little lower, but either way, I think I'm within that goal. I think I can do it. All right.
Any final thoughts?
No. I'm gonna just keep on keeping on.
Well, I'm going to have to redouble my efforts because I must crush you.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, we'll have to check your stuff.